I always considered myself a level-headed person, rational, calm, not particularly prone to panic or superstition. But what happened on one ordinary evening at the office shattered everything I thought I knew about the world. I work for a company that occupies the 22nd floor of a glass high-rise in the city center. Standard schedule, typical job with numbers, reports, and Excel. In at 9 a.m., out at 6 p.m. But that day, I stayed late. New report, looming deadline, coffee, silence in the office. The clock read 10:34 p.m. I sighed, shut off my monitor, grabbed my coat, and headed for the elevator. The hallway was silent, the hum of neon lights and my footsteps the only sounds. Both elevators were idle, one with its door shut, the other open as if waiting for me. Inside, dim light and almost mirror-clean walls. I stepped in and reached for the panel. There was no panel. I froze. Where there should have been buttons was just a smooth steel surface. I ran my hand over it. Nothing. Not a single button. No floor display. Just a mirror on the back wall. "What the hell?" I muttered and turned. The doors were still open. I took a step back, and at that exact moment they hissed shut. The elevator moved, but not like normal. It didn't jolt, it didn't hum. It felt like it was just gliding. Silently, and I couldn't tell if it was going up or down. I turned to the mirror. The reflection was mine. Almost. But the movements lagged slightly. I turned my head and saw that in the mirror my copy repeated it with a fraction of a second delay. Unnatural. The eyes in the reflection were wider than they should have been, and then it smiled on its own. I wasn't smiling. I backed into the corner of the cabin. The elevator kept moving. It had to have been at least 5 minutes. No sign of stopping. I started banging on the walls, shouting. Only echoes answered me. Then the lights went out. Complete darkness. Absolute. Only a faint, eerie glow from the mirror, and in it, a shadow. Behind me, tall, thin, faceless. I pressed against the wall, turned, nothing there. But in the mirror it remained, closer, almost touching me. I shut my eyes, started counting. 1, 2, 3, to 30. The lights came back on. The elevator stopped. The doors opened. I bolted out without looking. A hallway, gray, dusty, dim, old. I walked a bit and saw a sign near the elevator shaft. Floor 32. 32nd. Our building only has 28. I turned. The elevator doors were gone. Just a concrete wall. I walked forward. It felt like the building had been abandoned. The lights buzzed. Dust hung thick in the air. Behind a door on the left was a room like an old bank lobby. Polished floor, worn armchairs, everything coated in years of decay. In the center, a mirror. The same one, huge. And in it I stood, dusty, in my coat. And behind me, the figure again, becoming clearer. I ran, just ran forward until I found a stairwell. I descended to the 21st floor where I finally saw a security guard. "What were you doing on the 32nd floor?" he asked, frowning. "It's been sealed off since the fire in 2009. No one goes up there. The elevators don't even stop there." I walked away in silence. Since then, I never used the elevator. I take the stairs, always, but now it waits. Sometimes the doors open on their own as I walk past. Sometimes the elevator suddenly has a mirror, even if it didn't before. And in the reflection, someone else. He's learning, copying, improving, and I'm afraid that one day he'll step out of the elevator instead of me. It's been a week since then. I've started sleeping with the lights on. I've begun to notice strange things, like my face flickering briefly on my phone screen with the wrong expression, or seeing myself nod in a store window's reflection, even though I'm perfectly still. 2 nights after the elevator incident, I got a letter, a physical one, in my mailbox. No stamp, no return address. Inside, a single piece of paper with one phrase, "You opened the door for him." I didn't sleep at all that night. The next morning, I tried telling my friend, Colin. He laughed, thinking it was just stress and overwork. But the very next day, he vanished, disappeared from his apartment and the office. When I went to his place, a woman in uniform opened the door, a mental health worker. "Patient Colin?" she asked. "No one by that name lives here." It was as if Colin had been erased from existence. Then I noticed my double was no longer confined to reflections. I saw him in a bus window across the street. He was watching me, smiling, the same cold, hollow smile from the elevator. Now every time I walk past a reflective surface, I feel he's closer. I hear whispers when no one's around. I feel like I'm two people, like someone is duplicating my movements, but with a delay, and I'm no longer sure which of us is real. I've started documenting everything, a log, home surveillance, sleep recordings. I'm afraid to sleep, because when I wake up, I find strange things under my pillow, small mirrors, slivers of glass, notes written in my handwriting, but I didn't write them. One note read, "You're already inside. Only he remains." Sometimes I hear footsteps at night, but cameras show nothing, or they all shut off at 3:03 a.m., every single one, without fail. I tried moving, booked a motel, but when I opened the room, he was already there, standing in front of the mirror, and the reflection looked right at me. I slammed the door and ran. I tried destroying the mirrors, all of them, but they returned. Reflective surfaces begin to reappear. Even my phone screen started showing my face while I sleep. Not the selfie cam, the main one. I think he's trying to replace me. Not physically, psychologically. I feel like some of my thoughts aren't mine, like he's merging with my identity. And today, I found a key in my mailbox, small, antique, and a note. "Return to floor 32. Only there will you find the exit." I don't know if I should go, but what if it's already too late? What if he's already me?